Okay, here we are. Right, I wasn't going to do a video, but somebody reached out to me. They're having a little bit of an issue with setting up their triples. There's a few videos out there, but he did reach out to me, and I have no problem making a short video. I think primarily it was to do with the config file, because the information he portrayed to me was that he already had his 3080 running triples in surround. So obviously getting that is your primary, well, your first step, as it were. Having a card that's able to do 3 monitors and running it in surround, because there's a few hurdles right there to start with. You know, the monitors have to be the same resolution, etc. So anyway, here we go. So what we got up here is the Euro Truck Simulator 2, and bearing in mind, even though this is the ETS2 site for setting up triples, it is the same for ATS. They run exactly, or pretty much, the same config files. I mean, I haven't looked at them side by side, but I've literally copied a config file from ETS2 to ATS, and it worked, and the setup was as I wanted. Now, all of this is pretty straightforward once you've got your multi-mon mode set up in your config file. Now, I did have an issue when I first had a go at doing the four monitors, that it didn't have multi-mon set up in the config file, which was very odd, but obviously not completely unusual. So obviously if you don't have that, then you can't move forward. So basically their website, though, it defines how you have your monitors set up. In other words, you have them flat like this, or do you have them wrapped round you? Do you have 3, or do you have 4? Now obviously the way I did the 4 monitor one is slightly different to this, but this we're not really looking at this one here. We're more looking, more than likely, at this one here and this one here. Now where you have that in your config file, let's just bring that in here, is right about here. Now, multi-mon mode 2, I have set up 3 separate views for 3 monitors. Each monitor has its own view with a default field of view of 50 degrees horizontally. UI is positioned center monitor, which is pretty much how I did it. You can alter the field of view slightly here. Now I found on another YouTuber site that how to do that, so I'm not going to take any glory for that, but I can't remember who the guy was. He used to do a lot of ETS and ATS, not so much anymore. But anyway, that I set that to 60. Now to get to this, though, you have to go into your documents, ETS2, scroll down there, you'll be config file. Now mine's already set up to view in Notepad, but you can to open it, open with, and open with Notepad, or if you have Notepad++, probably even better, because if you open with ++, it will give you line numbers as well. So if you're following another tutorial, not regarding this one, but in another one of the config files, there's way more lines, now, and pretty much everybody who does tutorials and stuff like that, they use plus because it gives you line numbers and it's just easier to follow. Now, I did say to this guy that I'll just put my config file in the description, and that's exactly what I'll do. But basically, it's this area here, multi-bond mode 2, horizontal 60 degrees. All of this can be played with, as I said in my four monitor setup video. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess things up. And I always like to, if it's near enough, it's good enough. That's probably not the best attitude to have, but that's what it is. So what I'll do, pretty much put this in the description. Always have a read through their reference material, multi-monitor setup for ETS2, and it has other tips and tricks. Sometimes they can be a little bit harder to follow. Generally, I get, if I'm just a little bit unsure of something, I'll look it up. But basically, if you're starting from scratch, I definitely, me personally, look at YouTube videos, because I always find that just a little bit easier, and you can always pause the video and move a step forward with them, because you're not always as quick as they are, because they know exactly where to go, where that is, and exactly what to alter. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful, and if you like it, fair enough, give it a thumbs up. If you find it helpful, give it a thumbs up. I don't do many videos, so whether you subscribe or not, that's up to yourself. And I'll catch you again. Cheers.